Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. Now, Obama is taking it on the chin here in the Hill. Molitzos of the Daily Kos says it's a win-win for the GOP. Dick Morris says the left is turning against Obama, and they do have some place to go. They can stay home. It's the incredible shrinking Obama. That's the Hill. Here we have Politico. Same day, Wednesday, August 3rd, Obama bends to blackmail. He's an easy mark. He's a chump. You can roll him. That's the word to the extortionists out there on the extreme right and the Tea Party. Peggy Noonan was the one who says he's a loser. He's a wimp. But now, this also has a real sting in it, and that is this constitutional monstrosity. The Super Committee, the 12 tyrants, they are actually a super Congress. They are a third house of Congress. They're a steering committee. And again, Tea Party people, you don't like big government. Your guys just voted for the government to get bigger. Your Republicans just voted for a third house of Congress. And the two existing houses of Congress have a popularity of 14%. And now we've been given a third house. This is a constitutional monstrosity, whoever serves in it, and we'll be watching closely which Malthusian austerity ghouls are put into the 12 tyrants, because they will decide on your life and death. They will begin cutting the New Deal and the Great Society reforms. But now, whenever we're dealing with Obama, there's always the nagging question of his constitutional lack of qualifications. And we've now reached almost the 3-year mark in the struggle of Phil Berg of Philadelphia to expose this fact. Phil, as we recall, started on August 21st, 2008. We're headed now for the third anniversary of that, so we're always glad to welcome Phil.
My pleasure to be on with you. Boy,
Great.
I think I'm going to get more and more people my way with the what's going on with Obama. The whole debt situation, I think, was detrimental to Obama, and now the stock market. And if you say people are starting to go away from him, I think one of these days someone's going to come my way with the evidence that he was born, where I say all along, in Africa. If they want to dump him, because the money people are going to want to win next year, they're not going to want to chance losing. As they think that Obama's not going to carry forth, I think they'll dump him and go for some other candidate. And people probably don't believe me with that, but I think that's a possibility.
Well, let me just point out that the word here in Washington is that now that the Democratic pollsters and handlers have been looking at the next election, and it actually seems that it just doesn't add up. In other words, that some critical states, because you got to do it state by state, the idea that Obama could win the Electoral College now looks like that's not feasible.
Well, and that I think that goes my way. So it's time. I'll be proud to say that I think the way to get rid of Obama is that someone dump out the proof, which I'm looking for. I'm still trying to put together a big reward for the truth, but that might not be necessary. I think the power people in this country, if they see Obama going down the drain, and he obviously is. I mean, there's such poor showing with all his speeches regarding the debt. I don't know if you saw it, but he spoke today at the Naval, not Academy, at the Naval base near Washington, D.C., and there was not one applause during his entire speech. They gave a cordial applause at the end. He was talking about jobs. He was talking about jobs for veterans and benefits for veterans. I think people are seeing through and realizing that Obama he doesn't have a handle on it. He doesn't have a handle on foreign policy. He doesn't have a handle on domestic policy. And that's why when the show's over, everyone, support me. Go to ObamaClimbs.com. Send it to everyone in your address book, because I think the climate is getting better for us right now, that it's time that people wake up and just demand that Obama not be in office, because he has no right to be there in the first place. So
certainly, if some faction of the Democratic Party could see the handwriting on the wall and say, look, it's going to be very difficult to get this turkey reelected, they could simply pull the plug on him by, as you say, bringing forth what they probably somebody in the Clinton camp has probably stashed this stuff somewhere for future reference, so they could bring it out now.
Yeah, someone has it. I mean, we're the laughing stock of the world. People over in Kenya, they know. Everyone knows he was born there, and this is just outrageous. But I think if the climate gets that situation, people right now are disgusted with the president, disgusted with Congress. And I think that had an effect on the market. I haven't watched it. The market's been up and down today. It was down 200, then up 100. So I don't know where it is right now. But it's really we're not in good shape right now. And Obama getting up there. I mean, they're thrilled because they created 117,000 new jobs last month, which is nothing. There's still 20 million people are out of work. You drive down the street, and the shopping center after shopping center has empty stores and empty stores, and the economy's bad, and Obama's not doing anything about it. Now, I want to do it just on the main issue that Obama is a total fraud, that Obama has put forth the biggest hoax in the history of our country, and I think the climate is right. I'm going to start pushing something. I'm going to be doing something for the August 21st, three-year anniversary of when I filed. We're working on that right now. We're not sure if our book can get out by then, but we're working on that. We're also working on somebody is trying to give me a substantial amount of money to put up for a reward for the truth to expose Obama. So we're not giving up, and I appreciate you having me on weekly here, and I think we can do it because I think right now the country needs a shot in the arm, and that way is to really remove Obama.
I think a book would be a great thing. A book right now going, as we go in, we're going to have the Iowa straw poll here in about, a week or 10 days. We're in the middle now of the pre-primary season. The primaries are, the stuff starts in New Hampshire and Iowa in 6 months. So that's getting pretty close. So I think a book would be a really good vehicle to lay that all out. And
well, I'm working on it right now, and again, I appreciate your constant support here. And America, you got to wake up out there. Obama is destroying this country. He's hurting it. He had just ended the space program. He stopped the drilling in the Gulf of Mexico after the leak. He's cut job after job after job. Wake up. He's hurting this country to our detriment. And I'm the umbrella for whatever your situation is, anti-war, his policies, anything on there. Please, join me, ObamaCrimes.com. Send money if you can, but more important, send it to everyone you know on the Internet and demand that Obama resign because he is not constitutionally eligible to be president, and he's destroying this country. He has no policy, and, he's out in Chicago for his birthday yesterday, and I don't know, let him stay there, but he wasn't born there. He should be really going to Africa to celebrate his birthday because his Sarah Obama, his step-grandmother, was there, and she has stated in Swahili that she was in the hospital when he was born there. So, Webster, I'm not going to give up, and with your efforts, we're going to keep fighting.
Okay, and I would just remind everybody, all of the people who were disappointed with Obama for being a wimp, right, he's now called the caveman because he caves on everything. He gives these extremists everything they want. He puts Social Security and Medicare on the table spontaneously on his own power.
And it's very interesting.
Why is he caving? Because he's blackmailed. That some people have this information and they're blackmailing him with it.
Right, and you said that Washington's talking about that, and I've been talking about that he's been blackmailed for the last 2 years because he doesn't belong there. I think the powers that be said, look, you want to be president, Berg's right, you can be president, but you got to play ball our way. That's why he has a BlackBerry that he carries with him. He's told what to do, when to do it, and it's to the detriment of our country. Wake up, America. I've said this all along. I started this back August 21st, 2008. Thank you for having me on.
Okay, we'll see you next week, Phil. Get that book done, though. Use the summer now while you can.
Okay.
We'll be back in a minute on Real Crisis Radio.